Venus, the planet of beauty, love, and desire, begins its transit through Aries on May 31, 2025, bringing with it a surge of dynamic energy and bold expression. It is essential to note that these interpretations are based on sidereal or Vedic astrology, which accounts for the approximately 24-degree difference with the tropical zodiac. Aries, ruled by Mars, is a fire sign characterized by its assertiveness, passion, and pioneering spirit. When Venus enters Aries, it adopts these fiery qualities, leading to a period where relationships, creativity, and material pursuits are approached with enthusiasm and a sense of adventure. This transit will last approximately 25 days, during which Venus will emphasize the themes of personal desires, bold initiatives, and the pursuit of heartfelt passions. To fully understand the implications of Venus's transit through Aries, it is essential to consider its symbolic role and the broader planetary alignments influencing this period. Venus governs love, beauty, relationships, and material comforts. It also serves as the significator of desires. The nature of Aries, with its direct and action-oriented demeanor, amplifies Venus's energy, making this a time for people to chase their desires with vigor and determination. This intensity can also lead to impulsiveness, particularly in matters of the heart and financial decisions. Venus's dignity during this transit is a critical factor. While Aries is not one of Venus's exalted or own signs, the placement is not inherently detrimental. Venus in Aries is more expressive and courageous but lacks the steadiness found in its exaltation in Pisces or its own signs of Taurus and Libra. The Martian influence imbues Venus with a warrior-like quality, encouraging individuals to pursue their interests fearlessly but potentially causing friction in relationships if compromise and patience are neglected. The broader planetary backdrop adds complexity to Venus's transit. During this period, Saturn is transiting Pisces, offering a stabilizing but introspective energy. Saturn's influence encourages accountability and long-term planning, even as Venus in Aries tempts individuals with short-term pleasures and bold moves. Jupiter in Gemini brings a communicative and intellectual dimension, inspiring creative and innovative approaches to relationships and projects. Meanwhile, Rahu in Aquarius and Ketu in Leo create a nodal axis that emphasizes collective aspirations and personal identity, respectively. The Mars transit, with its shift from Cancer, where it is debilitated, to Leo on June 7th, introduces another layer of dynamic energy, aligning with Venus's bold tendencies but also challenging individuals to balance assertiveness with emotional sensitivity. The house Venus rules in a natal chart, through Taurus and Libra, adds further nuance to its transit effects. For instance, if Venus governs the second house of wealth and the seventh house of partnerships, as it does for Aries individuals, its transit through Aries can manifest as heightened focus on personal finances and assertiveness in relationships. Similarly, for other individuals, the house's Venus influences will shape the areas of life most impacted by this transit. The fiery nature of Venus in Aries encourages a fearless approach to love and creativity. People may find themselves more willing to take risks, express their emotions openly, and pursue what they desire with intensity. This is a time of self-discovery and bold action, where individuals may prioritize personal satisfaction and passion. The impulsive energy of Aries can lead to challenges, particularly if actions are taken without considering their long-term consequences. Relationships may experience heightened passion but could also face conflicts if one partner's assertiveness overshadows the other's needs. Philosophically, Venus's transit through Aries serves as a reminder of the interplay between desire and fulfillment. Desires, represented by Venus, are a driving force in human life, but they can also be the source of suffering when unmet. Aries' fiery determination to fulfill these desires provides an opportunity for individuals to reflect on their priorities and pursue goals aligned with their true values. This transit encourages authenticity and the courage to embrace one's passions, but it also calls for mindfulness to avoid the pitfalls of impatience and selfishness. While Venus's gentle energy often adapts to stronger planetary influences, it retains its core essence of love and beauty, which can bring harmony even amidst challenges. For example, the upcoming Mars transit into Leo adds a layer of compatibility, as both Venus and Mars thrive in fiery signs, enhancing creative and romantic expressions. To accurately assess the impact of these transits, it is crucial to consider your ascendant and moon signs. The ascendant sign offers insights into the timing of life events, while the moon sign reveals how you will emotionally respond to these changes. Take into account the position of your current Mahadasha Lord in your birth chart, as it can shed light on how these transits will influence the recurring themes of your current dasha period. This transit may manifest differently for each individual, and how they navigate this transit will depend on their personal charts. A more precise understanding of the impact of this transit can be gained by examining Venus's Ashtakavarga score in Aries. Keep in mind that the effects of this transit are contingent on Venus's interaction with the planets in individual birth charts. It's also worth noting that individuals currently experiencing the influence of Venus Dasha may feel the effects of this transit more intensely. To understand how this transit may affect you based on your zodiac sign and the houses it transits, let's delve into those specifics. For Aries, Venus transiting through first house signifies a period of profound self-awareness and transformation. This transit highlights personal growth, charm, relationships, and financial prospects, all while fostering a greater sense of self-expression and individuality. As Venus governs the 2nd and 7th houses, its transit through the first house creates a dynamic interplay between wealth, relationships, and selfhood. The first house governs personality, physical appearance, and mental outlook. When Venus enters this house, it enhances your natural charisma, making you more appealing and approachable. You may find yourself drawn to updating your style, refining your wardrobe, or even experimenting with new looks that better reflect your individuality. This period is an opportune time to cultivate self-love and self-care, emphasizing personal grooming and indulging in activities that elevate your confidence and well-being. As the ruler of the 2nd house, Venus's transit in the 1st house ushers in a phase of financial stability and opportunities for wealth creation. You may experience an increase in income or discover new avenues for financial growth. This transit also encourages you to spend on enhancing your comfort and luxury, which could lead to extravagant purchases or indulgences. While enjoying these benefits, it is essential to strike a balance and save for unforeseen circumstances to ensure long-term security. Venus's rulership of the 7th house emphasizes partnerships and relationships. This transit often fosters harmony and understanding in both romantic and professional relationships. For those in committed partnerships, the bond with your spouse or significant other is likely to deepen, characterized by heightened emotional and physical intimacy. If you have faced challenges in your relationship recently, this transit provides an opportunity to resolve conflicts and restore harmony. For singles, Venus's aspect on the 7th house opens the door to new romantic connections or even potential marriage proposals. The magnetic energy of Venus makes you more attractive, drawing people toward you effortlessly. Professionally, this transit is highly favorable for entrepreneurs and business owners. With Venus enhancing your charm and negotiation skills, you may find it easier to secure lucrative deals, build strong partnerships, and expand your ventures. If you are involved in a business partnership, expect increased cooperation and support from your partners. The transit's influence also boosts your confidence, allowing you to assert yourself effectively in your career and achieve recognition for your efforts. This period is ideal for implementing innovative ideas and strategies that could yield substantial rewards. Venus's connection to the 2nd house also underscores the importance of speech and communication. You may notice a heightened ability to articulate your thoughts and persuade others, making this an excellent time for public speaking, negotiations, or other activities requiring effective communication. Your words carry a sense of charm and authority that can help you achieve personal and professional goals. The fiery nature of Aries, combined with Venus's watery essence, creates an intriguing dynamic of passion and creativity. This blend can inspire you to pursue artistic endeavors or hobbies that allow you to express yourself uniquely. Whether through music, art, or other forms of creativity, this transit encourages you to channel your inner passions into something meaningful. It is important to avoid overindulgence, whether in spending, eating, or other sensory pleasures, as this could lead to potential health or financial concerns. Health-wise, the transit emphasizes moderation and mindful living. While you may feel energetic and motivated to focus on your physical appearance, it is essential to maintain a balanced diet and regular exercise routine. Overindulgence in rich foods or neglecting your well-being in favor of social activities could result in digestive issues or fatigue. Incorporating activities like meditation can help you stay centered and maintain your overall health during this vibrant period. Family dynamics also benefit from Venus's transit through the 1st house. The 2nd Lord's presence in the 1st house fosters a supportive and harmonious atmosphere within your family. This period is ideal for family gatherings or reconnecting with relatives you haven't seen in a while. The sense of unity and mutual understanding within your family circle can be a source of emotional fulfillment and joy. For individuals aspiring to start new ventures or businesses, this transit provides the courage and determination needed to take bold steps. If you have been hesitant to pursue a business idea, Venus's influence can instill the confidence to move forward. This is also a favorable time for networking and building long-lasting professional relationships that can contribute to your success. The direct aspect of Venus on the 7th house underscores its significance in partnerships. Whether personal or professional, relationships during this transit are characterized by mutual respect and cooperation. This aspect enhances your ability to resolve conflicts amicably and build stronger connections. It also highlights the potential for overseas travel or long-distance journeys, which could bring new experiences and broaden your horizons. While the overall energy of this transit is positive and uplifting, it is important to remain mindful of its challenges. The fiery energy of Aries can sometimes clash with Venus's gentle and harmonious nature, leading to moments of impulsivity or overexertion. Balancing your fiery enthusiasm with Venus's calming influence can help you navigate this transit more effectively. Overall, Venus's transit through Aries is a time of transformation, growth, and abundance. It enhances your charm, fosters harmonious relationships, and provides opportunities for financial and personal development. By embracing the positive energy of this transit and maintaining a sense of balance, you can make the most of its potential and emerge stronger and more confident. For Taurus, the transit of Venus into Aries brings significant influences, marking a period of introspection, transformation, and opportunities interspersed with challenges. Situated in the 12th house, a domain governing spiritual pursuits, hidden aspects of life, expenses, and foreign connections, Venus encourages a blend of self-reflection and practical action. Venus, being the first house and sixth house ruler for Taurus, introduces themes of personal growth, health, service, and professional endeavors during this period. Let us delve into how this transit impacts various facets of life for Taurus individuals. The positioning of Venus in the 12th house often calls for introspection and a focus on the subconscious. It is a time when individuals feel drawn to solitude and spiritual practices, facilitating a deeper connection with their inner selves. This transit can lead to profound spiritual realizations, as it opens avenues for exploring higher areas of consciousness. Engaging in meditation or charitable activities during this period can be especially beneficial, allowing you to harness the positive energies of this transit. The influence of Venus can enhance creativity, making it an excellent time to immerse yourself in artistic pursuits or activities that bring emotional satisfaction. The 12th house's connection with losses and expenses indicates the need for caution. Venus's propensity to enhance indulgence might lead to increased spending, particularly on luxury items, home decor, or vacations. While such expenditures may bring happiness and fulfillment, it is essential to balance these desires with practicality. Channeling funds towards meaningful experiences or investments, such as foreign travel or educational pursuits, can ensure the positive manifestation of this transit. Neglecting financial discipline may lead to unnecessary stress and potential financial strain. Professionally, the transit of Venus in the 12th house can bring opportunities for foreign travel or assignments abroad. This period is particularly favorable for those seeking international connections or planning to expand their professional ventures overseas. Completing tasks with diligence, commitment, and precision will be important to ensuring success in these endeavors. Venus's aspect on the 6th house, Libra, supports favorable outcomes in legal matters and the resolution of workplace conflicts. Your persuasive skills and charm can help you navigate challenging professional situations, making it a time to focus on building harmonious relationships with colleagues and superiors. Personal relationships also come under the spotlight during this transit. Venus's placement encourages spending quality time with loved ones, deepening bonds and creating lasting memories. Its position in the 12th house suggests the potential for misunderstandings or hidden conflicts within relationships. Maintaining honesty and decorum in interactions is important to fostering harmony. Any tendencies towards secrecy or moral lapses could lead to discord and even legal complications. Prioritizing open communication and mutual understanding will ensure that relationships flourish during this period. Health is another critical area influenced by this transit. The 12th house's connection with hospitals and medical expenses underscores the importance of preventive care. Stress and overindulgence can lead to health issues, so adhering to a balanced diet, regular exercise, and relaxation techniques will be vital. Venus's aspect on the 6th house can aid in overcoming lingering health concerns, making this an opportune time to address chronic ailments. Incorporating holistic practices like pranayama and meditation into your daily routine will enhance physical fitness and mental peace, enabling you to navigate this period with resilience. The 12th house also governs hidden enemies and challenges, requiring vigilance in personal and professional matters. Venus's aspect on the 6th house, the domain of rivals and competition, suggests that you may face opposition, but it also provides the strength to overcome these hurdles. Your ability to negotiate and persuade will be instrumental in resolving conflicts and asserting your position. This period can be a turning point for clearing debts or securing loans, as Venus's influence supports financial recovery and stability. Ensure that any financial decisions align with your long-term goals and consult experts if necessary to mitigate risks. The 12th house's connection to higher consciousness and Venus's natural affinity for devotion create a potent combination for self-awareness and spiritual growth. This is an excellent time to explore practices that deepen your understanding of yourself and the world around you. Whether through reading spiritual texts, attending retreats, or engaging in philanthropic work, such activities can yield transformative insights. Another noteworthy aspect of this transit is Venus's preparation to move into the Taurus. This period serves as a prelude to significant changes and opportunities that will arise when Venus enters Taurus. The current transit provides a chance to consolidate your strengths, identify areas for improvement, and align your actions with your long-term aspirations. Utilizing this time for self-improvement and introspection will ensure that you are well prepared to harness the benefits of Venus's influence in the upcoming period. The placement of Venus in the 12th house is not inherently negative. Venus's ability to thrive in the 12th house stems from its exaltation in Pisces. This positioning allows Venus to channel its energies towards fulfilling desires and achieving contentment. Whether through material acquisitions, creative endeavors, or spiritual pursuits, this period offers ample opportunities for growth and fulfillment. The key lies in maintaining balance and directing these energies towards constructive outcomes. Overall, the transit of Venus in Aries through the 12th house for Taurus individuals is a period of introspection, growth, and transformation. It offers opportunities for professional advancement, personal fulfillment, and spiritual awakening while cautioning against excessive indulgence and financial recklessness. By focusing on self-awareness, health, and meaningful connections, you can navigate this transit effectively and emerge stronger and more aligned with your goals. Embrace this period as a chance to refine your priorities and prepare for the exciting possibilities that lie ahead when Venus enters your first house. For Gemini, the transit of Venus through Aries marks a transformative period. Positioned in the 11th house, this transit energizes themes of social interactions, financial gains, aspirations, and long-term goals. Venus, ruling your 5th and 12th houses, brings a unique blend of creativity, expenditure, romance, and speculative gains to this transit. As a benefic planet for Gemini, Venus's influence during this period is significant, offering promising opportunities across various spheres of life. With Venus occupying your 11th house, your social life is poised to flourish. This house governs friendships, social networks, and the fulfillment of desires, making it a pivotal domain for interpersonal connections and collective endeavors. You may find yourself forging new friendships or strengthening existing bonds, particularly with influential individuals who can support your ambitions. Social networking becomes a powerful tool, enabling you to expand your circle and collaborate effectively. This is a time when group activities, community involvement, and teamwork can yield substantial benefits, both personally and professionally. Financially, this transit holds immense promise. The 11th house is intrinsically linked to gains and income, and Venus's placement here enhances your material prosperity. If you have been waiting for a breakthrough in terms of financial stability, this period may open doors to lucrative opportunities. Past investments, particularly in speculative ventures like the stock market, are likely to yield significant returns. While the transit supports financial growth, caution is advised against high-risk ventures such as gambling or cryptocurrency, as these may not align with the favorable energy of this period. Instead, focus on calculated and well-informed decisions that ensure steady and sustainable gains. The dual rulership of Venus over the 5th and 12th houses further enriches this transit's impact. The 5th house governs creativity, romance, speculative gains, and children, while the 12th house pertains to expenditure, losses, spiritual pursuits, and foreign connections. During this transit, the interplay of these domains can bring intriguing developments. For instance, financial gains from overseas ventures or the resolution of long-pending financial matters involving foreign entities are possible. Those involved in creative fields, arts, entertainment, or speculative businesses like trading may witness heightened success and recognition. Romantically, this is a promising period for Geminis. Venus's natural affinity with love and relationships, combined with its placement in the 11th house of aspirations, enhances your chances of finding a committed partner if you are single. For those already in relationships, this transit can rekindle romance and deepen the bond with your partner. You may experience a renewed sense of connection, enjoying memorable moments together. Couples facing challenges in recent months may find this time conducive to resolving differences and rebuilding their relationship. The 11th house's association with elder siblings also comes to the forefront during this transit. Venus's benefic influence fosters harmony and mutual understanding, making it an excellent time to reconcile any past misunderstandings with siblings. Strengthening these familial ties can lead to a supportive and nurturing environment that benefits all parties involved. From a professional standpoint, the transit of Venus through Aries is especially favorable for individuals involved in public-facing roles, teaching, counseling, marketing, sales, politics, or the entertainment industry. The 11th house's emphasis on networking and visibility aligns well with these professions, offering opportunities to build a following, gain recognition, and achieve substantial progress. If you are an influencer or a creative professional, this is the perfect time to amplify your presence and attract a wider audience. Education and intellectual pursuits also receive a boost during this transit. The 5th house's connection to learning and intellect, coupled with Venus's aspect from the 11th house, supports academic success and intellectual growth. Students may achieve recognition for their efforts, while those in teaching or mentoring roles can gain respect and accolades for their contributions. Parents may find their relationship with their children improving significantly, with increased mutual understanding and bonding. This is also an auspicious time for women desiring to conceive, as the cosmic energies align favorably for matters related to progeny. Children's achievements, whether academic or extracurricular, are likely to bring joy and pride. Venus's role as the 12th lord adds a layer of spiritual depth to this transit. While the primary focus remains on material gains and social aspirations, there is also a subtle undercurrent of introspection and spiritual exploration. You may feel drawn to spiritual practices, meditation, or visits to places of worship. This blending of material and spiritual pursuits creates a harmonious balance, allowing you to enjoy the best of both worlds. Despite the largely positive outlook, it is important to exercise prudence in financial matters. Venus's rulership over the 12th house can sometimes manifest as unplanned expenditures or losses, particularly if financial priorities are neglected. Maintaining a disciplined approach to money management and avoiding impulsive spending will help you navigate this aspect of the transit effectively. The transit's duration also holds some nuanced variations. During the initial phase, you may encounter moments of confusion or minor obstacles, but as Venus progresses further into Aries, its energy becomes more harmonious and beneficial. The latter part of the transit, free from malefic influences, is particularly auspicious for achieving breakthroughs and realizing your goals. Overall, Venus's transit through Aries in your 11th house brings a dynamic blend of social, financial, romantic, and intellectual opportunities. It empowers you to strengthen your social networks, achieve financial stability, and pursue your aspirations with confidence. While the transit encourages indulgence in life's pleasures and luxuries, it also emphasizes the importance of balance and mindful decision-making. By leveraging the positive energies of this transit and remaining attentive to its challenges, you can create a fulfilling and prosperous phase in your journey. For Cancer, Venus's transit through Aries holds significant implications. With Venus moving into the 10th house, the focus naturally shifts towards career, reputation, and professional achievements. This transit is marked by an upsurge in recognition, opportunities, and interactions with authority figures, and it opens doors for both personal and professional development. The 10th house signifies one's role in society, public image, and the framework through which individuals contribute to the world. Venus's placement here enhances charm, diplomacy, and the ability to foster harmonious relationships in the workplace. The effects are magnified for Cancer individuals due to Venus's rulership over the 4th and 11th houses, connecting themes of comfort, emotional stability, gains, and material aspirations with career pursuits. One of the most pronounced aspects of this transit is the professional upliftment it brings. If you have been facing struggles or stagnation in your career, this transit has the potential to bring a turning point. The charm and magnetism that Venus bestows will make you more appealing to colleagues, superiors, and clients. You may find it easier to communicate your ideas and receive support for your initiatives. For those seeking new opportunities, this period is ideal for interviews and networking. The persuasive and attractive qualities of Venus can help you secure roles that align with your aspirations, complete with lucrative benefits and favorable working conditions. Whether through a promotion, a long-awaited salary increase, or acknowledgement from peers, this transit promises to elevate your status and reputation. Venus's aspect on the 4th house during this transit highlights the interplay between professional success and domestic harmony. The 4th house governs your emotional foundation, home environment, and maternal connections. You may consider making improvements to your living space, such as redecorating or investing in luxury items to enhance comfort. For those considering real estate transactions, this period is auspicious for buying or selling property, potentially yielding substantial profits. Similarly, the health and well-being of your mother or a maternal figure may show noticeable improvement during this time, bringing relief and strengthening familial bonds. This transit also has the potential to alleviate mental and emotional stress. Venus's positive influence fosters a sense of peace and contentment. It is a good time to indulge in activities that nurture your inner well-being, such as meditation and creative hobbies. Your ability to balance professional demands with personal interests will enhance your overall satisfaction and productivity. Students and learners are also likely to benefit, as Venus's influence encourages focus and dedication, enabling them to achieve significant progress in academics or skill acquisition. For those in business, Venus's transit through the 10th house brings promising opportunities to expand operations or attract new investors. The 11th Lord's placement in the 10th house indicates that gains, social networking, and alliances will play an important role in professional advancements. If you've been considering launching a new venture, particularly one related to luxury goods, beauty, or artistic fields, this is an opportune moment. Collaborations and partnerships initiated now are likely to bear fruit, as Venus's energy fosters mutual understanding and cooperation. Entrepreneurs may also find support from their social circles or professional networks, enabling them to secure resources and expand their influence. It is important to navigate personal relationships with care during this period. Venus may create occasional tensions in domestic and romantic relationships. A lack of cooperation or understanding from your partner might cause moments of frustration. To counteract this, deliberate efforts to improve communication and spend quality time with loved ones will go a long way in maintaining harmony. In addition to its effects on career and personal relationships, Venus's transit also offers a unique opportunity to resolve long-standing differences with father figures, mentors, or authority figures. The energy of Venus fosters reconciliation and understanding, allowing you to mend strained connections and build stronger foundations for future interactions. If travel opportunities arise, especially for work-related purposes, they are likely to be fruitful and may even pave the way for relocation to a more desirable location. This is particularly relevant for those seeking to advance their careers on an international stage. The first half of this transit may bring challenges with the Sun and Saturn's influences, creating a restrictive environment. This period might demand greater effort in managing workplace dynamics and resolving conflicts. As the transit progresses, the second half, particularly from mid-June onward, ushers in a period of ease and growth. Long-lasting relationships and beneficial professional alliances are likely to develop during this time, further solidifying your position and paving the way for future successes. Venus's presence in the 10th house also encourages you to focus on your presentation and visibility in the professional area. Whether it's enhancing your personal brand, initiating a social media presence, or pursuing creative projects, this is a time to let your talents shine. Professions related to art, media, entertainment, or luxury industries are particularly well favored. If you've been contemplating starting a YouTube channel or venturing into online content creation, this is an ideal time to take the leap. Venus's energy will provide the necessary support and appeal to make your endeavors successful. The transit also activates the connection between the 4th and 10th houses, emphasizing the integration of emotional fulfillment and professional aspirations. For those working from home, this transit provides an environment conducive to productivity and innovation. Support from family members, particularly mothers, can further enhance your ability to balance work and personal life effectively. From a financial perspective, Venus's influence suggests gains through work-related endeavors, investments, or collaborations. The alignment of the 11th and 10th houses indicates that your professional achievements will directly contribute to your material prosperity. It is a favorable time to consider investments, especially in areas associated with Venusian themes, such as fashion, beauty, or luxury products. Your social networks and friendships will play a pivotal role in facilitating these opportunities, underscoring the importance of maintaining strong connections. Overall, Venus's transit through Aries represents a period of growth, recognition, and balance for Cancer individuals. By embracing the opportunities presented during this time and addressing challenges with grace and diplomacy, you can achieve significant progress in both your personal and professional life. With careful planning and a focus on harmonious relationships, this transit has the potential to leave a lasting positive impact on your career, finances, and emotional well-being. For Leo, Venus transit into Aries brings about a vibrant interplay of energies, significantly impacting your life's trajectory, particularly in areas of travel, spirituality, relationships, and career. This transit activates your 9th house, which governs higher learning, long-distance travel, spirituality, and fortune. As Venus is the lord of your 3rd house of initiative, courage, and communication, and your 10th house of profession and social standing, this period intertwines personal efforts with professional gains, offering a unique blend of growth and challenges. The 9th house, being a trine house, is considered one of the most auspicious sectors in Vedic astrology. Its activation by Venus signifies a period of immense luck and support from the universe. This transit encourages exploration, whether through physical journeys or intellectual pursuits. You may feel drawn towards long-distance travel, particularly for spiritual retreats or pilgrimages. Destinations that offer peace and introspection will hold a special appeal. If you have been delaying plans for such journeys due to prior commitments or practical constraints, this is an excellent time to revisit them. The experiences gained during these travels will not only rejuvenate your spirit but also provide clarity about your life's purpose. For professionals, Venus influence on the 10th house brings opportunities to expand your horizons. The connection between the 9th and 10th houses during this transit signifies a powerful alignment that fosters growth through the alignment of one's actions with their higher purpose. You may find yourself engaging with foreign entities or working on projects that require collaboration with international teams. Careers in publishing, higher education, media, or industries related to luxury and creativity will flourish. This is also a favorable period to pursue certifications or professional qualifications that enhance your skill set. Engaging in such endeavors will not only elevate your professional standing but also strengthen your reputation. In personal relationships, Venus transit in Aries sparks a mix of warmth and assertiveness. The 9th house's association with luck extends to your personal life, encouraging deeper connections with your partner and family members. If you are in a relationship, this is a time to nurture it by showing appreciation and making efforts to bridge any gaps. For singles, the allure of commitment may become stronger, and you might feel inclined to take meaningful steps towards solidifying a relationship. It is essential to manage Venus' fiery disposition in Aries, as this combination can sometimes lead to impatience or ego clashes. Maintaining a balanced approach will ensure harmony in your relationships. The aspect of Venus on your 3rd house during this transit enhances communication skills, courage, and creativity. It's a perfect time to express your artistic talents, whether through writing, public speaking, or other creative endeavors. If you have been considering launching a project or a venture, particularly in creative fields such as media, journalism, or social media, this transit provides the drive and eloquence needed to succeed. You may also find it easier to repair strained relationships with siblings or close acquaintances, as the energies encourage reconciliation and mutual understanding. Financially, Venus placement in the 9th house brings opportunities for gains through investments or ventures that align with your higher goals. The support from the 9th house's fortunate energies ensures that efforts put into financial planning or new business ideas yield positive results. Venus' inclination towards luxury and indulgence might tempt you into making high-end purchases or extravagant expenditures. While occasional splurges can be fulfilling, maintaining a balanced approach to spending is important to avoid financial strain. Students pursuing higher education will find this period highly supportive. Venus energy in the 9th house fosters focus, creativity, and an eagerness to learn. Whether you are working on advanced degrees or exploring philosophical or spiritual subjects, this transit enhances your ability to absorb and apply knowledge effectively. Those involved in research or academic writing will particularly benefit, as Venus grace aids in producing insightful and well-received work. One of the notable aspects of this transit is the opportunity it provides to mend relationships with mentors, father figures, or authority figures. The 9th house represents these relationships, and Venus' presence encourages harmony and mutual respect. Seeking guidance or advice from such individuals can be transformative, offering insights that pave the way for personal and professional growth. Their support can prove instrumental in overcoming challenges, especially those related to career or major life decisions. On the spiritual front, Venus in the 9th house fosters a deeper connection to your beliefs and practices. Whether it is through engaging in charitable activities, participating in religious ceremonies, or simply dedicating time to introspection, this transit enhances your spiritual journey. Acts of kindness and generosity during this time will bring immense satisfaction and contribute to your karmic balance. Organizing or attending spiritual gatherings or discourses will further enrich your experience, providing a sense of community and shared purpose. It is important to be mindful of Venus' dual rulership over your 3rd and 10th houses, as this can sometimes create a tug-of-war between personal ambitions and professional responsibilities. Balancing these aspects requires a thoughtful approach to decision-making. Consulting trusted advisors or mentors can help you navigate this period effectively, ensuring that your actions align with both your immediate goals and long-term aspirations. Venus transit also encourages boldness and initiative, thanks to its connection with the 3rd house of courage and Aries' fiery energy. This is a time to take calculated risks and step out of your comfort zone. Whether it's pursuing a new career opportunity, starting a creative project, or initiating meaningful conversations, embracing this energy will yield rewarding outcomes. The key lies in channeling this drive constructively, avoiding impulsiveness that could lead to unnecessary conflicts or setbacks. Overall, Venus transit through Aries in your 9th house offers a blend of auspicious opportunities and challenges that require mindful navigation. Its influence spans multiple areas of life, from career and relationships to spirituality and health, providing a holistic platform for growth. By aligning your efforts with the higher principles represented by the 9th house, you can harness this transit's energy to achieve significant progress and fulfillment. For Virgo, the transit of Venus through Aries brings significant focus to themes of transformation, financial growth, and personal introspection. Venus, as the ruler of your second house of wealth and family, and the ninth house of fortune and spirituality, exerts a powerful influence on your life during this transit through your eighth house. This transit triggers events related to shared resources, unexpected gains or losses, and a deeper engagement with hidden or mystical aspects of life. Financially, this transit highlights your joint resources, making this a time to evaluate your shared finances with a partner or collaborators. The eighth house governs unexpected financial changes, and with Venus here, you may experience sudden monetary gains, potentially through inheritances, insurance claims, or the resolution of financial disputes. The dispositor of Venus, Mars, will be transiting the 12th house, signaling potential challenges. Investments in high-risk ventures like cryptocurrency or speculative markets should be avoided, as they carry the likelihood of significant losses. Instead, this is an opportune moment to focus on long-term financial planning and to assess past investments for strategic realignment. The eighth house also governs transformation and introspection, which can manifest as a renewed interest in occult sciences, psychology, or other forms of esoteric knowledge. You may feel drawn to explore hidden truths or engage in deep research that could lead to personal growth and understanding. This is a favorable time for learning and introspection, particularly in areas that resonate with the transformative energies of the eighth house. In personal relationships, the transit can bring mixed results. Venus's aspect on the second house enhances your charm and communication skills, making your interactions more impactful and persuasive. The eighth house's influence may also lead to disagreements or misunderstandings within the family. Care must be taken to avoid unnecessary arguments, as your speech might unintentionally provoke conflicts. While your relationship with your immediate family may face strains, bonds with in-laws are likely to strengthen. If unresolved issues have lingered, this transit offers an opportunity for healing and reconciliation. Health is another critical area influenced by this transit. The eighth house governs longevity and hidden health concerns, and Venus's placement here underscores the importance of maintaining a balanced diet and regular exercise. Overindulgence in rich or unhealthy foods could exacerbate existing health issues, particularly if left unchecked. Incorporating practices like meditation or other wellness routines will be essential for maintaining physical and mental well-being during this time. Pay special attention to chronic conditions and avoid overexertion, as this transit emphasizes the need for self-care and preventive measures. This period also emphasizes self-worth and values, as Venus aspects your second house of resources. You may find yourself reevaluating your material and emotional priorities, leading to a better understanding of what truly matters to you. This introspection can be transformative, enabling you to align your actions with your deeper values. Venus's placement in the eighth house suggests that these realizations may come through challenges or unexpected events. Professionally, this transit holds potential for those involved in creative or analytical fields. Writers, storytellers, and researchers may find this time particularly productive, as the eighth house's influence encourages a deeper exploration of ideas and concepts. While professional opportunities may arise, they may also come with challenges, requiring you to navigate obstacles with patience and strategic thinking. The ninth house's connection to higher learning and long journeys indicates that efforts in education or spiritual pursuits may yield long-term benefits, though they may initially require significant effort and perseverance. Luck and fortune, represented by the ninth house, may seem less supportive during this transit. Venus's move into the eighth house can indicate a temporary decline in external support from mentors, father figures, or authoritative figures in your life. Challenges in these relationships may arise, necessitating careful communication and understanding. This transit encourages self-reliance and emphasizes the importance of taking proactive steps to achieve your goals rather than depending on external factors. One of the most profound aspects of this transit is its focus on transformation and personal growth. The eighth house's association with endings and new beginnings suggests that you may need to let go of outdated patterns or beliefs to make way for fresh opportunities. This process may feel intense or challenging, but it overall serves to align you with your higher purpose. Venus's association with beauty and harmony ensures that even amidst upheaval, there is potential for growth and renewal. Socially, this transit can enhance your magnetism, drawing people toward you. Your charm and wit will be particularly noticeable, making it easier to form connections and influence others. This same energy could lead to overindulgence or extravagance, particularly in social or recreational activities. Maintaining a balance between enjoyment and responsibility will be important during this time. Venus's transit through the eighth house can deepen your connection to mystical or philosophical practices. You may feel inspired to explore meditation, astrology, or other forms of spiritual inquiry, leading to profound insights and personal transformation. The 8th house's connection to hidden knowledge makes this a powerful time for uncovering truths that can guide your path forward. Overall, Venus's transit through Aries in your 8th house offers a blend of opportunities and challenges. Financial growth is possible, but it requires careful planning and restraint. Personal and family relationships may face tests, but they also provide opportunities for healing and deeper connections. Health and well-being demand attention, emphasizing the importance of balance and self-care. While external support may waver, the transformative energy of this transit encourages you to rely on your strength and take proactive steps toward your goals. For Libra, Venus transiting through Aries into the 7th house is a time of remarkable importance, especially in terms of relationships, partnerships, and personal growth. As Venus is the 1st house lord as well as the ruler of the 8th house for Libra, its placement in the 7th house during this transit blends the themes of self, transformation, and partnership. This alignment is likely to create a dynamic and enriching phase, offering both opportunities and challenges. In personal relationships, Venus's transit through the 7th house highlights a focus on harmony, cooperation, and meaningful connections. If you are single, this transit offers a promising window to meet someone special. Venus in Aries makes you magnetic and charming, increasing your ability to attract compatible partners. You may find yourself drawn to bold and confident individuals who reflect the fiery and dynamic energy of Aries. This transit can mark the beginning of a committed relationship, or even lead to discussions about marriage. If you've been in a long-term relationship, this period is favorable for solidifying your bond or moving toward a more permanent commitment. For married individuals, this transit is a golden opportunity to rejuvenate your marital life. The energy of Venus in Aries injects passion, sensuality, and romance into your relationship. After a period of challenges or emotional distance, this transit allows you and your spouse to rediscover joy and alignment. You may experience heightened understanding, mutual respect, and affection. It's an ideal time to create memorable moments together, whether through travel, shared hobbies, or simply spending quality time. The placement of Venus as the 8th house lord in the 7th house also introduces cautionary notes. The 8th house's influence can bring sudden changes or revelations, especially in relationships. While passion and excitement will likely dominate this phase, it's important to avoid impulsive decisions or succumbing to temptations that could harm your existing partnerships. The energy of Venus in Aries may also lead to ego clashes or heightened emotions in the initial days of the transit. Practicing patience and open communication will be key to maintaining balance and harmony. From a professional perspective, this transit is particularly beneficial for those involved in partnerships, joint ventures, or creative fields. Venus's aspect on the 1st house enhances your charm, social skills, and ability to negotiate effectively. This can lead to fruitful collaborations and increased opportunities for professional growth. Entrepreneurs and self-employed individuals may witness a surge in clients, profits, and overall business expansion. If you've been contemplating a new venture, this is an auspicious time to pursue your goals with confidence. The dispositor of Venus, Mars, being in the 11th house of gains, further amplifies the potential for success and wish fulfillment. Your professional reputation is likely to improve, and you may find yourself in a position to influence others positively. Financially, this period is expected to bring gains and stability. Venus's influence in the 7th house often signifies profitable partnerships and investments. The impulsive nature of Aries may also tempt you to indulge in extravagant spending. While treating yourself occasionally is fine, it's important to maintain a balanced approach to your finances to ensure long-term security. Health-wise, this transit brings positive developments. Venus's aspect on the 1st house contributes to improved vitality, immunity, and overall well-being. If you've been facing health challenges in recent months, this phase is likely to bring relief and recovery. Engaging in activities that enhance both physical and mental health, such as meditation and regular exercise, will further amplify these benefits. It is advisable to stay hydrated and pay attention to your skin and digestive health, as minor issues in these areas could arise during the transit. For students and individuals pursuing academic goals, this transit may bring mixed results. The charm and social energy of Venus in Aries could lead to distractions, making it essential to stay focused and disciplined. While the transit fosters creativity and enthusiasm, maintaining a structured approach to studies will ensure that you achieve your academic objectives. One of the most significant aspects of this transit is its impact on your public image and social connections. Venus in the 7th house enhances your likability and charisma, making it easier to form meaningful relationships with others. Whether in your personal or professional life, you'll find that people are naturally drawn to your energy and presence. This can lead to new friendships, networking opportunities, and collaborations that benefit you in the long run. It's worth noting that the 8th house's connection with sudden events means that some unexpected developments could arise during this period. These changes, whether positive or challenging, will overall serve as catalysts for growth and transformation. Embracing flexibility and adaptability will help you navigate these shifts with grace and resilience. In terms of spiritual growth and inner development, Venus's transit through the 7th house encourages introspection and self-awareness. This is a time to reflect on your values, desires, and long-term goals, especially in the context of relationships and partnerships. The 7th house's connection to others serves as a mirror, allowing you to gain deeper insights into yourself through your interactions with others. Engaging in practices that promote mindfulness and emotional clarity will support your journey of self-discovery and growth. For those planning significant life events such as marriage, relocation, or starting a new business, this transit is highly supportive. Venus's energy in the 7th house aligns with themes of union, collaboration, and mutual benefit, making it an auspicious time to take steps toward these goals. It's important to approach these decisions with careful planning and consideration to ensure lasting success. Overall, Venus's transit through Aries into the 7th house for Libra individuals is a period of dynamic energy, growth, and opportunities. Whether in your personal relationships, professional endeavors, or inner development, this transit encourages you to embrace change, pursue your goals with confidence, and cultivate harmony in all areas of life. By balancing the fiery enthusiasm of Aries with the harmonious nature of Venus, you can make the most of this transformative phase and set the stage for lasting happiness and success. For Scorpio, when Venus transits through Aries and enters your 6th house, it initiates a deeply transformative period where your relationships, routines, health, and inner psyche come under the spotlight. This is a time when Venus, the ruler of your 7th house of marriage and 12th house of loss, expenditure, and foreign connections, takes on a more confrontational and uncomfortable role. The 6th house, being a difficult house, challenges Venus's natural inclination for peace, harmony, luxury, and emotional intimacy. As such, you may begin to experience tensions in your interpersonal dynamics, both personal and professional, and must navigate them with mindfulness and clarity. In romantic or marital relationships, Venus's placement in the 6th house often results in frictions that stem from unmet expectations, unresolved grievances, or misunderstandings. Your tone, communication style, and emotional response will determine the course of your intimate bonds during this time. Since Venus governs your marriage sector, the likelihood of arguments, emotional distance, or passive-aggressive behavior with your partner or spouse is high. This is not the time to push your point of view aggressively, especially in love. Even minor issues may spiral into major conflicts if not handled with care. You are being asked to exercise restraint in speech and display emotional maturity. Rather than reacting impulsively, channel your energy into understanding the emotional needs of your partner. Professionally, Venus's transit through the 6th house can bring challenges to collaborative efforts. If you're working in a team or managing partnerships, this period can feel rife with tension, power struggles, or miscommunications. There is a tendency during this transit to experience a dip in cooperation with colleagues, particularly in high-pressure environments. Entrepreneurs and business owners may face issues in client relationships or business partnerships. Contracts or agreements made during this time require scrutiny, and you are advised to avoid initiating new ventures involving joint collaboration or trust-based arrangements. Any tendency to speak harshly or act on impulse could backfire, so diplomacy is essential in maintaining harmony at the workplace. Interestingly, while relationships suffer under this transit, your daily work life could take a turn toward the positive if you consciously channel the energy of Venus into productivity and service. The 6th house rules your routine and daily habits, and Venus here may inspire you to refine your lifestyle. You might feel a renewed enthusiasm for work or develop a passion for improving your health and appearance. Whether it's through fitness, diet, or aesthetic self-care, Venus in the 6th encourages beautification through discipline. Creative or service-oriented professions, such as those involving fashion, beauty, counseling, or healthcare, can especially benefit if effort and diligence are maintained. Venus's rulership over your 12th house also colors this transit with themes of spiritual introspection, seclusion, and hidden dynamics. There is an undercurrent of escapism or desire to retreat from the chaos of the outer world, especially when personal relationships become strained. This is a time when many Scorpios might be drawn to spiritual practices, meditation, or even quiet travel to recalibrate emotionally. Since the 12th house also rules sleep and rest, disrupted sleep patterns or vivid, emotionally charged dreams may become common during this period. Venus's aspect to the 12th house from the 6th suggests a longing for peace, spiritual growth, and detachment from worldly chaos, but it comes through the challenges of daily conflict and inner stress. Financially, this is a mixed period. Venus is the planet of luxury and indulgence, but its presence in the 6th house, a domain associated with debts and expenditures, can lead to increased outflows. You might find yourself spending more than usual, either on medical expenses, pets, home improvement, or personal indulgences like jewelry, beauty treatments, or getaways. If you're wise, these expenses can be redirected towards spiritual or emotional well-being, such as wellness retreats, therapy, or holistic healing, rather than impulsive splurges. One of the silver linings of this transit is the formation of Viparita Raja Yoga, a planetary combination where the lords of 2 Dusthana houses, here, Venus as 12th lord in the 6th house, exchange energies in a way that transforms adversity into victory. You may initially face difficulties, but by the end of this transit, you are likely to emerge stronger, more refined, and even successful in your struggles. Legal disputes, if ongoing, are likely to resolve in your favor, especially if you're careful, strategic, and patient. Enemies, both known and hidden, may retreat or lose their influence over you. If you're entangled in a lawsuit, workplace rivalry, or competitive academic pursuit, you might win at the end. In terms of health, the Venus transit could highlight acute issues that have been neglected, particularly related to the reproductive system, kidneys, skin, or sugar levels. While Venus does promote healing, its placement in the 6th house can make you feel initially sluggish or demotivated. There may be temporary bouts of lethargy, overeating, or emotional indulgence that hinder your progress. To combat this, keep yourself physically active and mentally alert. Mars, the dispositor of Venus in Aries, is situated in your 10th house during this time, lending dynamism and ambition to your career and general public image. You'll be seen as someone who takes control and perseveres, qualities that will help you balance Venus's delicate influence. This period also asks you to take a closer look at your service to others. The 6th house is associated with selfless service, and Venus's placement here encourages you to find joy in helping others, volunteering, offering charity, assisting the underprivileged, or simply spending time with your pets can prove immensely healing. These acts not only redirect the Venusian energy from romantic drama or personal conflict but also enhance your karmic standing. Your pets, if you have any, can be a surprising source of emotional fulfillment now. Don't overlook the happiness they bring. To navigate this complex transit successfully, spiritual remedies and lifestyle adjustments can be highly beneficial. Appease Venus by engaging in acts of kindness, adorning yourself with soft colors, listening to soothing music, and maintaining cleanliness and beauty in your surroundings. Remedy Mars through active routines, physical exercise, and disciplined effort. If possible, avoid initiating new romantic relationships or marriage proposals during this time. Instead, focus on healing existing bonds and working through your inner resistances with patience. As June unfolds, you might initially face emotional, financial, and professional hurdles, especially between the 1st and 3rd weeks. By the end of the transit, many of these obstacles could begin to dissolve. Trust in timing of events, keep your intentions pure, and be open to spiritual awakening through trials. Venus in the 6th is not an easy guest, but when handled wisely, it becomes a catalyst for maturity, grace, and quiet transformation. For Sagittarius, when Venus, the planet of love, beauty, comfort, and luxury, transits through Aries, the fiery and passionate sign, it brings with it an invigorating energy that sparks action and excitement. This transit becomes even more dynamic, as Venus moves through your 5th house, the house of creativity, romance, speculation, and children. Since Venus also rules over your 6th and 11th houses, this transit activates a complex set of results. It blends themes of competition, debt, health, and service, with gains, social circles, and fulfillment of desires. The result is a multifaceted period where both personal and professional areas light up with opportunities, albeit with a few challenges that will demand your focus, strategy, and emotional intelligence. This Venus transit marks a very expressive and emotionally charged time for you. The 5th house placement of Venus naturally enhances your artistic and creative inclinations. You may find yourself more inspired than usual, drawn to music, painting, writing, or other forms of artistic expression. If you've been sitting on an idea for a creative project, be it a blog, a video series, or something more elaborate, this transit pushes you into action. There is a spontaneous, unfiltered kind of energy that comes with Venus in Aries, and it encourages you to follow your passion without overthinking. Romantic matters take a front seat. The 5th house is the house of love affairs, and Venus, the planet of romance, brings charm, sensuality, and emotional warmth into your life. If you're single, this is a very auspicious time to meet someone new, especially through creative events, networking circles, or even social media. Because Venus also rules the 6th house of conflict and rivalry, The beginning phase of such a relationship may come with its share of misunderstandings or ego clashes. Those already in relationships may experience moments of tension or emotional volatility, especially in the first half of the transit. Arguments may arise over small matters, and ego can become a stumbling block. You are advised to exercise patience and avoid letting pride interfere with your emotional bonding. The latter part of the transit is much more harmonious and emotionally fulfilling, allowing existing relationships to renew their spark and deepen in connection. Because Venus rules the 6th house, debts, diseases, daily work routine, it can bring some struggles, especially in areas where discipline and routine are required. For students or those working on long-term educational goals, initial phases of the transit may bring distractions or emotional ups and downs. You might feel frustrated, impatient, or challenged by peers and competitors. This struggle will not be in vain. Because the 5th house also rules over education and academic excellence, Venus's presence here, especially with its direct aspect on the 11th house of success and rewards, will overall help you excel, particularly if you push through early challenges with determination. On the professional front, this Venus transit holds substantial promise. If you're working in a creative industry, entertainment, media, design, fashion, or social media, you could receive recognition, praise, and even financial reward. Even if you're employed in more traditional sectors, the creative energy of Venus in Aries may help you present ideas with flair and charm, making you more visible to superiors. Those employed in multinational corporations or service industries can expect a favorable turn of events, perhaps a promotion, incentives, or perks that improve your overall job satisfaction. Entrepreneurs and self-employed individuals should be careful with money matters, especially during the first half of the transit. Avoid lending, borrowing, or risky investments. While the 11th house aspect of Venus suggests gains, the 6th lordship of Venus also warns against debt traps or financial missteps. One of the most promising aspects of this transit is Venus's aspect to your 11th house, which it owns and rules from Libra. This creates a feedback loop of energy between the 5th and 11th houses, the axis of love, creativity, and fulfillment. As a result, desires that you've nurtured for a long time may start manifesting during this time. Whether it's a new relationship, a passion project, or career recognition, this is your moment to go after what you've always wanted. The more you put yourself out there, especially in social or professional circles, the higher your chances of success. Don't shy away from networking, attending events, or leveraging your online presence. You could form powerful new connections or meet people who can open new doors in your career or personal life. This is also a favorable period for speculative ventures like trading, stock markets, or even gambling, but only after the initial turbulent phase has passed. The involvement of the 6th lord suggests some obstacles, but since Venus is also the 11th lord, the eventual outcomes can be rewarding, especially for those who proceed with caution and strategy. It's not a time to be impulsive with money, but well-researched and calculated risks may pay off in the latter half of the transit. Your relationship with children, whether your own or those under your care, will also become significant. If you're trying for a child, this transit can bring positive news, although there may be some emotional or physical hurdles in the process. If you're already a parent, be prepared for increased responsibilities or expenses related to your children. You may spend on their education, hobbies, or well-being during this period, but the emotional rewards will likely be worth it. Just be careful of heated moments or ego clashes with them, especially in the early stages of this Venus transit. Spending on luxuries is another theme that will dominate your life during this time. Whether it's gadgets, decor, fashion, or high-end services, Venus will make you want to indulge. This can be a great time to buy things that enhance your lifestyle or make your daily routine more efficient. The 11th house connection also hints at gains through modern tools, AI, and technology. Investing in tools that enhance your work output or personal brand visibility could pay off significantly. Whether it's launching a YouTube channel, updating your portfolio, or just refreshing your digital identity, now is a potent time to shine. Socially, your charm and popularity are likely to soar. Your friend circle may expand, and you might find yourself the center of attention in gatherings or online communities. The 11th house also represents hidden enemies or rivals, especially when linked to the 6th house. So, while your visibility and social capital increase, be cautious of jealousy, gossip, or people who might appear supportive but harbor hidden motives. Diplomacy, grace, and discretion will serve you well. Overall, this Venus transit in Aries through your 5th house can become a deeply transformative period for Sagittarius individuals. It brings the potential for romantic bliss, creative breakthroughs, speculative gains, and social recognition, but not without its share of initial friction and challenge. The key lies in patience, persistence, and the willingness to evolve emotionally. Step into your charisma, plan strategically, and allow love and creativity to flow freely, but remain grounded and wise. For Capricorn, the transit of Venus into Aries and your 4th house indicates a deeply enriching and stabilizing period, touching several important aspects of your life. As Venus is a yoga karaka for Capricorn individuals, ruling both the 5th house, house of creativity, romance, progeny, intelligence, and the 10th house, house of career, actions, status, this transit gains special significance. Even more importantly, Venus attains directional strength in the 4th house, further amplifying its benefic potential and influence. With its movement into Aries, Venus activates matters related to emotional peace, home life, comfort, education, and your professional sphere, and it does so with grace, prosperity, and elegance. The 4th house is the seat of emotional grounding, your inner sanctuary, and home-based matters, ranging from family bonding to real estate, from inner peace to vehicles. Venus entering this domain is like the arrival of a soothing breeze in spring. You may feel a heightened desire to beautify your surroundings, renovate or redecorate your living space, or create a more aesthetically pleasing environment that brings you mental comfort. There may be a natural inclination to spend more quality time at home, reconnecting with loved ones, particularly the mother figure in your life, with whom you may now resolve past misunderstandings. Venus's energy here works like a blessing, encouraging healing and harmonious interactions. Because Venus is also the 10th lord and is aspecting its own sign Libra from the 4th, you will likely notice a direct and positive impact on your career. This is a period when your professional efforts are not just rewarded but appreciated. If you've been feeling stuck in your current role, this Venusian transit may open new doors. A promotion, a new job offer, or simply improved rapport with your superiors and colleagues are all on the table. If you are unemployed, this is an ideal time to step up your job search. There's strong potential to land a job with attractive perks and a better work-life balance. For those in creative industries, like art, fashion, media, music, jewelry, or entertainment, the transit brings fresh inspiration and financial gain. Venus governs beauty and refinement, and if your work involves any form of creative expression, this transit can truly elevate your visibility and success. With Venus as your 5th lord transiting the 4th house, another layer unfolds, one that blends your desires, love life, and creativity with your emotional well-being and home atmosphere. If you're in a relationship, this could be a period of deep emotional bonding. You and your partner might consider taking a significant step, such as moving in together or starting a family. The likelihood of childbirth or conception is strong, and this event could bring immense joy and fulfillment to your life. For married individuals, this is a time of affection, warmth, and mutual support. Your domestic environment becomes a source of joy and peace, and your heart may be drawn to nurturing your children or future planning in an emotionally enriching way. Professionally, the blending of the 10th lord's career-oriented traits with the 4th house's emphasis on emotional stability could manifest as working from home or establishing a home-based business. Whether you're starting a side hustle, freelancing, or launching a full-fledged entrepreneurial venture, the foundations for long-term success can be laid now, especially if you're working in something that aligns with Venus's artistic or luxurious domain. It may also be a time where you're assigned more remote flexibility by your employer, allowing you to strike a better work-life balance. This can greatly reduce stress and increase satisfaction across all areas of life. Even in cases where you remain in a traditional job setting, your workplace reputation is set to improve, and your professional visibility and personal branding are due for a boost. From an academic and intellectual perspective, the presence of Venus here is quite supportive, especially for students pursuing primary or creative education. As the 5th lord, which governs intelligence and formal learning, Venus moving through the 4th, education, home study environment, provides a conducive setting for academic success. One caution is necessary. Venus, though supportive, is also a planet that loves comfort and indulgence. Hence, distractions, laziness, or overindulgence in pleasure can divert your attention away from studies or serious pursuits. Stay focused, and you'll reap the rewards. It's also important to consider the dispositor of Venus during this transit, Mars. Since Mars rules Aries, and is placed in the 8th house during this period, this adds a layer of caution around impulsive property decisions, large investments, or emotionally charged conversations, especially around the home or real estate. The 8th house placement of Mars can bring sudden changes or hidden issues to the surface, so while the transit of Venus is supportive, it's wise to proceed slowly and deliberately when making big decisions related to vehicles, property, or family wealth. Make sure your personal dasha periods and individual chart configurations support such transactions. The 4th house also governs vehicles and land, so purchasing or selling property, renovating your home, or buying a new car is favored during this time, provided careful analysis is done. The mother's health and emotional well-being can also improve during this time. In fact, your bond with her may become a pillar of support. She may offer advice, practical or emotional, that proves deeply valuable. This is a period of mutual nourishment within the family unit. You may also take up spiritual or cultural activities that remind you of your roots or familial traditions. If you're already a parent, your children become a greater source of joy now. Spending time with them or engaging in fun, creative, or educational activities enhances not only your family dynamic but also your personal happiness. Similarly, if you're engaged in speculative fields, like the stock market, social media, gaming, or teaching, this transit enhances your ability to make intuitive and intelligent decisions that could yield fruitful results. On the spiritual or metaphysical level, Venus's presence in the 4th house may stir up a desire for internal peace and emotional clarity. You may find yourself drawn to beautifying your inner world as much as your outer world, decluttering your home, cleansing your mind, engaging in self-care routines, or even developing interest in interior design, vastu, or feng shui. This is a great time to cultivate peace not just in your physical space, but also in your heart. Overall, the transit of Venus into Aries in your 4th house is a deeply nurturing and auspicious period for Capricorn individuals. It strengthens emotional bonds, brings peace at home, enhances academic and creative pursuits, supports professional breakthroughs, especially those involving home-based or aesthetic fields, and deepens your connection with your mother, partner, and children. Use this time wisely, stay grounded, and focus on harmony in both personal and professional life. For Aquarius, during Venus's transit through Aries in your 3rd house, you're stepping into a period rich in self-expression, exploration, and personal growth through communication and courageous action. Venus, the Yagacaraka planet for you, ruling both your 4th house of home and comfort and 9th house of luck, father, and spiritual wisdom, now moves into a domain that governs courage, communication, writing, siblings, travel, and skill-based efforts. This sets the stage for an enriching yet dynamic transit where much will depend on your willpower, consistency, and the conscious choices you make to channel Venus's energy effectively. Initially, the transit may feel a bit scattered or restless due to competing desires or a lack of direction, especially in the first 10 to 15 days. During this phase, you may feel a heightened sense of ambition but also face inner conflict around where exactly to focus your energy. Yet, this restlessness is only a precursor to transformation. As Venus settles in, it brings with it persuasive charm, communicative grace, and a desire to connect meaningfully with others, particularly in the spheres of speech, writing, and networking. Venus in Aries, a fiery sign ruled by Mars, feels compelled to express boldly, create passionately, and influence through charm rather than force. You will find yourself naturally attracting attention through your words and demeanor. Whether you're engaged in public speaking, writing blogs, content creation, teaching, journalism, or any field where intellectual expression meets artistic flair, this is your time to shine. The beauty of Venus lies not in loudness but in persuasion, and you will now possess the ability to win people over with intelligence, tact, and allure, rather than confrontation or pressure. This is especially useful if you're negotiating contracts, pitching ideas, or seeking support from others. Since Venus aspects the 9th house of fortune, higher knowledge, and travel directly from the 3rd house, opportunities connected to international education, spiritual exploration, long-distance travel, and mentorship become likely. Students applying for higher studies, especially abroad, will see encouraging developments, though success will depend on consistent hard work, persistence, and ethical conduct. The alignment suggests that mentors, teachers, and particularly your father or father-like figures may play a pivotal role in opening doors or guiding your path. This is a time when their advice should be heeded, as it could offer both practical solutions and spiritual grounding. The presence of the 4th Lord Venus in the 3rd house also shows a strong karmic link between your family roots and your personal ambitions. Aquarius individuals often carry a deep responsibility towards their parents due to Venus governing both parental houses, 4th and 9th. During this transit, you may feel drawn to honor your lineage or reflect on your upbringing, especially as it relates to how you communicate and express your identity. Be mindful of emotional disturbances or misunderstandings within the family, particularly with the mother. The planetary alignment indicates potential communication gaps or emotional distance, especially if you're staying close to your birthplace. Paradoxically, moving away, perhaps to another city or country, might actually bring emotional relief or growth, as the 4th Lord goes 12 houses away from its original place, indicating physical relocation or mental detachment from home. Professionally, this transit favors individuals in fields related to writing, speaking, communication, social media, design, arts, and travel-based careers. If you're an entrepreneur or self-employed in a creative sector, this is a fruitful time to expand your network, initiate travel plans, and convert ideas into action. Venus will help you find the right words, the right tone, and the right timing. If you've been waiting to pitch a project or launch a product, the second half of June looks especially promising, as Venus gains strength. Your ability to work through others, by building rapport with clients, coworkers, or the public, will help you grow your professional image and material success. The transit also fosters positive sibling relationships. Whether you've had differences or simply drifted apart, this period encourages healing and reconnection. Siblings may offer valuable insights or support, or you might collaborate with them on a short project or trip. Taking short-distance travels during this transit will not only be refreshing but may also lead to important personal or professional breakthroughs. A short spiritual retreat, a weekend pilgrimage, or even a nature-based excursion can help realign your energies and re-inspire your goals. The third house also governs willpower, self-confidence, and inner drive. Venus here can sometimes induce excessive desire, a longing for connection, beauty, validation, or even luxury. If left unchecked, these desires can make you overextend or chase too many things at once. The key is to channel this desire constructively, through creativity, spirituality, and meaningful communication. You are advised to practice gratitude journaling, which aligns with Venus's association with grace and appreciation. This practice will help temper emotional restlessness and keep your heart centered even when external dynamics fluctuate. Since Venus is directly aspecting your house of Dharma, you may feel a renewed interest in understanding spiritual philosophy, religion, or ethical living. Perhaps you'll find yourself gravitating towards a guru or a guiding figure who helps clarify your path. Reflecting on your belief systems, spiritual inclinations, and sense of higher purpose will bring immense clarity and realignment during this time. If you're in a relationship, your ability to connect through dialogue, empathy, and shared values will increase. It's an excellent time to travel together, plan short romantic trips, or simply enjoy deep conversations. If you're single, your charm will be more noticeable and may draw in someone intellectually stimulating. Overall, Venus transiting through Aries in your third house brings a melange of charm, curiosity, and courage. Whether you're focusing on communication, travel, education, or relationships, this is a period to act boldly but speak sweetly. Be open to stepping out of your comfort zone. Your destiny will support you if you take action. The journey may not begin smoothly, especially early in the transit, but perseverance, humility, and gratitude will guide you towards meaningful rewards. For Pisces, as Venus enters Aries and begins its transit through your second house, a significant energetic shift takes place, one that influences your speech, your finances, your family environment, and your internal sense of stability. After its exaltation in Pisces, where Venus expressed itself in its highest, most compassionate and artistic form, it now steps into a fiery, more self-oriented domain. Venus in Aries is not as comfortably placed, but for you, this movement is impactful and potentially beneficial, though not without its challenges. You must understand that Venus rules your third house of communication, effort, and siblings, and also your eighth house of sudden gains, transformations, obstacles, and secrecy. These house lordships add complexity to this transit, as Venus is not just a planet of beauty and luxury here, but also a carrier of intense karmic themes related to sudden changes, courage, and deep psychological patterns. When Venus transits your second house, the focus turns toward material resources, how you earn, save, and enjoy your wealth, as well as the environment you create in your home and the manner in which you communicate with others. You will notice an increased desire to indulge in luxurious items, gourmet food, music, and the finer things in life. This house governs your voice, and Venus here lends your speech a melodic softness. Your words may be more persuasive, charming, and likable than usual. You may be asked for advice or become the peacemaker within your circle. The desire for pleasure can also lead to overindulgence. Eating out, excessive sugar or rich food consumption, or impulsive shopping may tempt you during this time. You must be cautious about your diet and financial choices, as Venus's 8th house rulership makes it easy for things to spiral out of control if not managed carefully. This period is also a time of great potential for financial gains, especially from hidden or unexpected sources. Because the 8th house represents inheritances, in-laws, insurance claims, joint assets, and even profits from past investments, you may receive some monetary advantage from these areas. Perhaps a past investment begins to show returns, or your spouse's income improves. Even a sale of ancestral property or real estate may bring in a substantial windfall. But this hidden blessing also comes with hidden risks. Since the 8th house also governs sudden losses and psychological fears, you need to tread carefully with speculative ventures, stock markets, gambling, or high-risk financial behavior. While the promise of profit exists, it comes with equal possibility of loss. Always opt for long-term and conservative strategies now. In terms of relationships, both romantic and familial, This is a transit of reconciliation and reconnection. There may be a family gathering or some interactions with relatives whom you haven't seen for a while. Your family dynamics may feel warmer and more affectionate than usual. The 8th house influence also means that unresolved issues with your spouse or in-laws may surface, possibly giving you the chance to address and heal them. Communication will be your strongest asset during this time. With Venus softening your words and the 3rd house being activated, you'll find the courage and diplomacy needed to bring harmony to strained relationships. Be mindful, though, that the first part of the transit may still carry friction or subtle tension. The key is consistency in efforts and the willingness to truly listen. For married individuals or those in committed partnerships, this transit has deep significance. It may signal the merging of family systems, possibly through marriage or engagement. If you're single and contemplating long-term commitment, this transit offers you the space to seriously consider building a family life. Your desire to grow your family, whether through marriage, childbirth, or deepening bonds, will increase. You might start planning financial goals with your spouse, or work towards shared dreams involving property, children, or travel. Venus's 7th aspect to the 8th house from the 2nd house adds a layer of sweetness to such intimate topics, helping you approach these complex subjects with grace and tact. The dual rulership of Venus over the 3rd and 8th houses means that despite the gains, there's an underlying note of volatility. Your courage and willpower may feel challenged, especially in situations requiring assertive decision-making. You might second-guess yourself or feel emotionally overwhelmed by small tasks. Short travels or sudden plans may bring stress instead of joy. While the desire to take initiative is strong, it may not be immediately rewarded. There is also a karmic undertone to this transit, as the 8th house brings with it the energy of transformation and evolution. You may feel drawn toward occult sciences, astrology, or psychological introspection. If you've been contemplating diving deeper into healing practices, meditation, or exploring esoteric knowledge, this is a highly conducive time. You could uncover family secrets, or gain insight into your own emotional patterns that have been limiting your potential. Use this period for journaling, reflection, or research-related pursuits. It's a time to tap into your inner depths and find the hidden treasures within. Health-wise, Venus's placement here urges you to remain moderate. You may experience issues related to the throat, neck, voice, or digestion, especially if your dietary habits go unchecked. The desire to enjoy the good life must be tempered with balance. Exercise, hydration, and nutritional awareness will go a long way in maintaining your well-being. Emotional health, too, must be nurtured, since the 8th house often triggers deep psychological patterns. You may uncover past emotional baggage, traumas, or latent fears. Addressing them constructively, perhaps through therapy or spiritual practices, will aid your growth. As the 3rd house lord transits your 2nd house, there's a clear indication that your efforts will be directed toward financial growth, family development, and speech refinement. If you've been planning to start a side hustle, pursue a new skill, or reconnect with younger siblings, this transit encourages you to act. Your diligence will bear fruit. If you've been dealing with long-standing issues related to inheritance or joint finances, they may find resolution now. Overall, this Venus transit is a mixed bag for Pisces individuals, a blend of sweetness, transformation, and caution. On one hand, it promises enhanced charm, monetary gains, family bonding, and pleasant conversations. On the other, it warns against impulsive behavior, indulgence, and the pitfalls of secrecy or recklessness. Treat this period as one of recalibration. Reconnect with your values, cherish what you have, and strategize wisely for future abundance. Your efforts towards stability, whether financial, emotional, or relational, will be richly rewarded if grounded in patience, discernment, and a willingness to evolve. As we conclude this episode, please remember that these insights are based on sidereal or Vedic astrology, which accounts for the approximately 24-degree difference from the tropical zodiac. Individual predictions may vary, as every birth chart is unique. The influence of dasha periods and natal planetary placements can shape transits differently, both positively and negatively. It's essential to consider your own birth chart when applying these general predictions to your personal circumstances. If you'd like personalized predictions or have questions about your astrological chart, feel free to reach out to us. Stay tuned for more astrological updates. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, share it with others, and subscribe to our channel for more insightful astrology content. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Thank you for joining us. We look forward to sharing more astrological wisdom with you in the future. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep shining bright.